Hello and welcome back to Billy Ho's Sports. Big, huge monster weekend of racing. Bigger than last week. I couldn't believe all the awesome fields that are developing for these three races. We got a triple header in store for you for the 100-point columns. This is Santa Anita Derby time. This historic race brought us Justify, California Chrome, and I'll have another among this year's crops. It's going to be the race to watch this weekend because you're going to have Baffert's two top prospects, Citizen Bull, the 2-year-old champion, and Barnes, the $3 million baby, versus Journalism and the rest in a handicap match. So you can also win a vintage Kentucky Derby glass by first subscribing to the channel, then correctly in the comment section be the first to pick the winner of this race, and you will win a Kentucky Derby glass. So let's get it going. We're going Santa Anita Derby, 9 furlongs on the dirt, 3-year-olds. And we don't have post draw yet, so we're just going to go with the most likelies and the probables, and then we'll narrow it down from there. Hopefully, with all these horses go, we don't know what's going to happen. Citizen Bull, I feel like will go. He's the 2-year-old champion. He won the Robert and Beverly Lewis after a stumble at the break, but he won easily. That was 2 months ago. It's been a while since we've seen him. But he beat his stablemates Rodriguez and Matticat Road. And actually, we've seen Matticat Road since then run a couple of really strong front-running efforts. So Baffert seems to be having all the speed in the front runners. So it's 2 months off, working well for Baffert, though. Nothing but 5 and 6 furlong works for this guy. And I mean, this work last Saturday going 5 furlongs was a blowout. 58.4, 5 furlong bullet work. I normally don't pay a ton of attention, but just the way he looked, his stride was so compact, and he was just going so fast. Even on the gallop out after the 5 furlongs were up, he was not quick to slow down. He did not want to stop running, and he must have gone another 5 furlongs after that. So this is definitely going to be his toughest test, but I like his chances in this race. So then we're going to go with his biggest rival, Journalism. And he came off the 67-day layoff and was up to the challenge in the San Felipe, got a good break, stalking position. Then he was going up against Barnes, obviously. Barnes took the lead down the stretch. He collared Barnes about midway through the stretch in a really great performance and got it done. I mean, son of Curlin, fully cranked or not, he is now. He's had 3 works since that one just a month ago. He's training for a championship fight. Mike McCarthy's got his best yet. Mike McCarthy having a little bit of trouble with the regulations and the doping and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really sure where he's at. If he got a suspension or he didn't, I can't remember the last time I checked that. But anyway, strong horse. Journalism is probably going to be your first or second. Most people have 1, 2 between those two horses. And until Citizen Bull gets beat, he's number 1 in my book. So Barnes, he decimated the 2 Sands, that's what I like to call them, the San Vicente and the San Felipe. Well, he decimated the field in the San Vicente for Bob Baffert. That was a pretty weak field. But he still looked good doing it. But then he came back, and that was just a 7 furlong race, actually. So he was going his first 2 turns when he got beat by Journalism in the San Felipe. He had the lead. He would have beaten every other horse easily in that race. So rumors were he lost a shoe at the break. I don't know. He looked funny. He always looks kind of funny running down the stretch sometimes. But anyway, that was his first route race as well. Baffert's worked him 3 times, 4, 6, 5 workouts, 4 furlong, 6 furlong, 5 furlong, handily. So he's going to be like Tennessee waiting on Kentucky for the 3rd time. Unfortunately, they were licking their chops and we got our asses kicked. But anyway, he's going to be ready for this race. And the strategy between the two, who knows? Baffert's going to have something set up between those two if they go in the same race. I'm still not 100% sure. Barnes has to go because Barnes needs the points. He's only got 18 and change. He needs at least a 3rd place finish in another prep to have a chance to get into the Derby. so he's got to go. Journalism's already, or I mean, obviously Citizen Bull's already in. He's got plenty of points, but he needs a prep. He can't just he needs one final prep before we go. So he may even if he doesn't win the race, that's not going to deter me. He might be even better off going into the Derby, coming off a loss. Think of that. So another one is Bullard, and this is Mike McCarthy's another horse. He was third behind Barnes in that San Vicente, but that was, like I said, 7 furlong race. He was going to go into San Felipe, but a spike in temperature prevented him doing so. He's yet to go 2 turns. He is by a gun runner, so the pedigree suggests he can do it. But I'll pay to see it because I won't back him in this race. Not with the other horses. But there's another horse that has been running, smooth cruising, and this is Karen Headley, fifth in the San Felipe, fourth in the San Vicente. Previous to that, pretty good, huh? Not so much. Actually, 5 horse field, so he was last in the San Felipe. 5 horse field. The only horse he beat was a tired Mackenzie Street, who's pretty much a pretender in my book. So it's nice of them to enter to make the field bigger. We need horses like Smooth Cruising, and we need horses like Westwood and others to make this field competitive in at least a 6 horse field. I don't want to see 4 horses going in the Santa Anita Derby like we have seen once before, as far as memory serves. So anyway, another nice one that I want to watch is Beza. Broke his maiden on Valentine's Day, 8 furlongs at Santa Anita. Then very nice stride, Barrios. Hector Barrios, really complimentary. Was still a little green back then, but getting better with racing. So he definitely got a little spooked when he got that whip, when he got hit with the crop down the stretch. But I think he ran well January 4th at Santa Anita. Barrios finished second behind highly regarded Rodriguez. So I think this is a Mackenzie horse that I haven't seen much from the Mackenzie progeny. I actually mentioned in a previous video that they've been somewhat of a disappointment, but this is one we haven't fully seen the pedigree pay off yet. But the dam side has Puka, who's by Big Brown, which was the dam of both Mage and Dornox. So maybe a little bit of stronger pedigree on the dam side for Beza. So keep an eye on that one going down the road. Now we got Westwood. This is going to be a 3-year-old gelding by Authentic and was beaten soundly by the previous horse Beza we just talked about. That was his second try at the Breaking the Maiden. And then he went up against Lord Voldemort. Well, it's Voldemort. I always want to say Lord Voldemort. But Voldemort handily beat him in his third attempt to break the maiden. So John Sheriffs has a plan for this horse, and hopefully it's keeping him in this field so we can keep it at 6 horses. I don't think he has a chance to win, but that's basically, I mean, we're looking at 5 to 8 horses at the most. Hopefully we get at least 6 that stay. But obviously, I'll have more later in the week once we actually get a post draw and get some excuse me, once we have the post draw and we get some past performances, then I'm going to narrow it down a little bit more. But I think we've watched enough of these horses that Citizen Bull, Journalism, and Barnes, if they all go, all 3 of those are super huge threats to win. We won't know how the strategy will play out with Bull and Barnes. We know what Journalism is going to do. So 2 things can happen. Citizen Bull can get out to a comfortable lead, or Barnes and wire him again. Consistent Bull might actually like give way to Barnes because he needs the points. But if Barnes gets second, it don't matter. So it could be 1-2 Bafferts. So Citizen Bull could remain undefeated, or they pressure each other and get in some sort of speed duel, and they go a little bit too fast, and Journalism is set up for the close. So other than that, I'll be back later in the week with more definitive analysis. Like I said, I'm backing Citizen Bull all the way, regardless, all the way to Churchill Downs in Louisville. I've already got the futures in on him, and it looks bright, so I'm going to be wearing shades. And that'll do it for the show. Till next time, thanks for watching.